Welcome back. We started solving this question in the previous video and we solved the first three parts. So we have solved the A part, the B, I, and II parts. In this video, we will look at B, I, and BIV. So we will begin with B, I. It says that we should draw the image square P2, Q2, R2, S2 of square PQRS under a translation by the vector 2 minus 8, where P maps to P2, Q maps to Q2, R maps to R2, and S maps to S2. So we are going to draw the image square P2, Q2, R2, S2 by translating the square PQRS using a translation vector of 2 minus 8. So we will translate P using the translation vector to get P2. We will do the same thing to Q to get Q2. We will do the same thing to R to get R2. And we will do the same thing to S to get S2. Let's start. The points we are going to translate are P, Q, RS. We are translating P to get P2, Q to get Q2, R to get R2, and S to get S2. The translation vector we are using is 2 minus 8. In the video on translation of a point in the XY plane, we learned that when a point is translated in the XY plane, to get the image, we will add the point to the translation vector. Let's start with point P. Point P has the coordinates 2, 2. The image of point P, which is P2, will be equal to the point 2, 2 plus the translation vector 2 minus 8. 2 plus 2 will give us 4. 2 plus minus 8 will give us minus 6. So point P with coordinates 2, 2 will give us P2 with coordinates 4 minus 6. Point Q has the coordinates 8, 2. So Q2, which is the image of Q, will be equal to 8, 2 plus the translation vector, which is 2 minus 8. 8 plus 2 will give us 10. 2 plus minus 8 will give us minus 6. So point Q with coordinates 8, 2 will give us Q2 with coordinates 10 minus 6. Point R has the coordinates 8, 8. The image of R, which is R2, will be equal to the point 8, 8 plus the translation vector 2 minus 8. 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. 8 plus minus 8 will give us 0. So point R with coordinates 8, 8 will give us R2 with coordinates 10, 0. And finally, point S has the coordinates 2, 8. So S2, which is the image of S, will be equal to the point 2, 8 plus the translation vector 2 minus 8. 2 plus 2 will give us 4. 8 plus minus 8 will give us 0. So point S with coordinates 2, 8 will give us S2 with coordinates 4, 0. We now have the coordinates of P2, Q2, R2, S2. We can plot them on the graph sheet and join them to get the square. So these are the coordinates of P2, Q2, R2, S2. Let's plot them on the graph sheet. P2 has the coordinates 4 minus 6. So 4 on the x-axis and minus 6 on the y-axis. That will be here. Q2 has the coordinates 10 minus 6. So 10 on the x-axis and minus 6 on the y-axis. That will be here. R2 has the coordinates 10, 0. So 10 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. So that will be on this point. And finally, S2 has the coordinates 4, 0. So 4 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. That will be on this point. So we will join them to form the square P2, Q2, R2, S2. This is point P2 with coordinates 4 minus 6. This is point Q2 with coordinates 10 minus 6. This is point S2 with coordinates 4, 0. And this is point R2 with coordinates 10, 0. Let's now look at the last part of the question, which says that we should draw the image square P3, Q3, R3, S3 of the square PQRS under a rotation through a 180 degrees angle about the origin, where P maps to P3, Q maps to Q3, R maps to R3, and S maps to S3. So we are going to rotate the square PQRS through a 180 degrees angle about the origin to get the image square P3, Q3, R3, S3. And point P will give us P3, point Q will give us Q3, point R will give us R3, and point X will give us S3. Let's do that. The points we are going to rotate are P, Q, R, S. We rotate P to get P3, we rotate Q to get Q3, we rotate R to get R3, and we rotate S to get S3. In the videos on rotation of a point in the XY plane, we learned that under a 180 degrees rotation about the origin, the rule for the transformation is xy maps to minus x minus y. So we are going to use this rule to rotate these points to get P3, Q3, R3, S3. When you use this rule to rotate the point P with coordinates 2, 2, you will get P3 with coordinates minus 2, minus 2. So you will negate both the x and y coordinates of the point to get the image. When you rotate the point Q with coordinates 8, 2, using this rule, you will get Q3 with coordinates minus 8, minus 2. We rotate the point R with coordinates 8, 8. Using this rule, we will get R3 with coordinates minus 8, minus 8. And finally, when you rotate the point S with coordinates 2, 8. Using this rule, you will get S3 with coordinates minus 2, minus 8. We now have the coordinates of P3, Q3, R3, and S3. We can plot them on the graph sheet and join them to get the image square P3, Q3, R3, S3. So let's do that. These are the coordinates of P3, Q3, R3, S3. We are going to plot them on the graph sheet. Point P3 has the coordinates minus 2, 2. So minus 2 on the x-axis and minus 2 on the y-axis. That will be here. Q3 has the coordinates minus 8, minus 2. So minus 8 on the x-axis, minus 2 on the y-axis. That will be here. R3 has the coordinates minus 8, minus 8. So minus 8 on the x-axis, minus 8 on the y-axis. That will be here. And S3 has the coordinates minus 2, minus 8. So minus 2 on the x-axis, minus 8 on the y-axis. That will be here. After that, we will join them with a straight line to get the image square P3, Q3, R3, S3. This is point P3 with coordinates minus 2, minus 2. This is point Q3 with coordinates minus 8, minus 2. This is point R3 with coordinates minus 8, minus 8. And this is point S3 with coordinates minus 2, minus 8. We have now fully solved the question we started with in the previous video. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos. In the next video, we are going to solve another likely examination question on rigid motion and transformation. Bye-bye.